Hello Internet, this is E. Schrodinger's cat here with another episode of Builder's Dreams on the Iscal85 Patreon server. We're here in an unfamiliar place at X13000Z11000 because we are out and going to be starting the adventure map that I mentioned in the last episode. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but the Nether Castle that we were working on is going to be the place where you go to start the map. You will press a button and it'll teleport you, put you in adventure mode, and send you here. I haven't implemented any of that yet, but that's the idea, because I wanted the map to be out of the way and I wanted to have as much room to expand in any given direction that I wanted to without having to run into spawn or whatever have you. And I think we're farther enough out that that's not going to be a problem. So I still don't have like a whole lot of planning for the adventure map, but the idea that I had was that you start here and it's going to be like a foreign, you're stuck in this dimension, like this foreign alien dimension with a bunch of like crazy terrain and like alien civilizations, and you have to figure out a way to get home. So yeah, I'm gonna make this area look like it's like a tear in the dimensional fabric of science blah. And yeah, so I have this sort of black concrete. This is the blackest black block we have. Unfortunately, we don't have Hermit Quest has these really nice, like perfect true black blocks in it that are really nice. But this is the blackest black you can get. Even the if I search up black, even concrete, yeah, that's concrete. And even these flat colored blocks, this is the darkest one, and black hardened clay tiles, like, yeah, that's brown, and that is actually gray. It's not even black. So that's the blackest black we can get. And from that out there, we're going to the black concrete powder and the purple concrete powder. And out here, I think what we're going to do for grass color is probably, and I'm totally just doing this off the top of my head. I didn't plan this out at all because I'm a professional and professionals don't need to do more than one take. Let's see, it's going to be like an alien world, but do we want it to be? Let me do some thinking. So I think I am going to go with the cyan after all, and this is definitely the same take, never mind the fact that all the blocks and screen is different. You're just hallucinating because I'm a professional who doesn't need to take more than one take. And we are going to be using the cyan, which I knew all along in the first place, because it fits the best for the idea that I have in my mind. I know it's the same color we used for the biome on the other side of the nether, the one with the pagoda, the cock pagoda, and that, but I think I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. Actually, I think I'm gonna switch this stone out for clay here, because I think I'm gonna do a thing where I basically turn the grass. This isn't a good place to do it, where I turn the grass to concrete, but instead of what I did on the other side where I turned it to brownstone, I'm gonna turn it to clay. And I'm also going to mix in this chisel texture for concrete. I was going to do it this whole thing because this is more the color I was aiming for. But I think that would be overwhelming considering the almost, it's kind of plasticky texture almost, but I think in combination with the powder, it'll look a little bit more natural and more better suited for terrain. But yeah, this is what I'm gonna be using. And as far as color palettes go, I don't want to use the same color palette, the exact same color palette that I was using on the other side. The palette that I was using on the other side was teal, light blue, purple. This idea to do on camera was better in theory than it is being in practice, because it's taken a while. But that was our color palette for the other side, and then along with the brown stone. There we go. There's a brown stone for you, and that was our rock stone basin material, along with the shale and the other accents for that. But For this, I think I'm going to go with, to clear this out, I think I'm going to go with cyan, purple still, orange, and white. And I think that's everything that I want to use. I don't want to use red. I don't want to use green. Might throw in a little bit of brown. I don't know. I actually, well, I'm definitely going to be having black because I'm going to be having bits like this and stuff. I think orange is going to be more of a highlight, and white is going to be probably primarily featured in the buildings. Like the buildings, I imagine, are going to be pretty gray, and whereas the terrain's going to be super colorful. And so if we put these down on the groundy ground, I can maybe get a better idea of what we're looking at here. And fixed. And yeah, I think that'll look good, maybe, possibly? Yeah, I think that'll work. So I'm going to start terraforming the rest of this area. By the way, here's a tip. If you take a bit and you put it the same material and then replace, you can go through on all the blocks, and then what we'll put down is a full block, because all the bits in the block will be of the same material, and that's how that works. So that makes it easier. We are reportedly going to get swapping wands in a update whenever that happens, but that will probably make this seem totally not worth it, but this is the fastest way I have found of doing it as of right now. So I got a bunch of this stuff filled in. I got these mountains over here, large area. Man, boy, could I use a swapping wand. Whew, this took a long time, but yeah, I got this purple mountain thing, and I like how that looks. It looks very, surrealist, I guess. It looked very kind of like an alien mountain, big purple, bright purple thing. I took the, I think there was a water patch over here, and a lake over here, which I turned to, this is Poison from Biomes of Plenty, because it's very nice and purple. It's a very cool, and then down here you got some red sandstone to make the bottom of the lake look different from here. I got this cracked concrete blending into the shoreline here. This doesn't actually turn the concrete to regular concrete, but it does look better, I think. And I started adding these little blobs of gelled poison around, and I'm starting to make, taking the concrete, the chiseled concrete up all the way. I'm gonna have it kind of be like in waves, like in that other place we had the, here, let me just go, excuse me while I make all my bodily noises. You know how we did here, like here with the swishy dirt on here? I'm gonna do the same thing with the concrete dust. Yeah, my words are not coming out good today. It's a real day full of riding the struggle bus with that, but I am, this lake took a long time, mostly because of my own incompetence. First, I tried to, I don't know what I tried to do. I tried to fill it in the normal way with, like, a bucket of poison, like, poison bucket. There's no reason I need to show you that. I don't know why I was doing that. But then I'm like, hey, no, I could do this better with chisel and bits. So I got this pattern here, but then I'm like, well, then I can't interact with it normally. So I tried taking the let's see if we can get a poison bit. Poison is not spelled P-O-I-N. For the record, in case you did not know, I tried doing this, where I was like that, and then, that's not how you do that. That's not how you do that either. Oh boy, this is a shit show. But when you put this next to water, it turns into gelled poison, so I couldn't do that, and so I had to remove all of the chisel and bits that I had spent an hour covering this with, and then I turned the whole thing diorite, and so that I could, put the water in block by block, because otherwise it was a shit show and it took forever, but now it looks good after all, and it doesn't look like really anything. It looks like a lot less than it is actually, but whatever, we can move on from here. So I'm gonna start adding in these, I'm basically just going through like this, but, actually, I should probably do it the proper way. No. Just set this back on the regular. And I'm just basically coming in here like that, and I'm gonna add some swishy patterns in the sand. I think I'm gonna have it be sand and not grass. I don't know. I'm undecided. So I did the sand thing. You see it swishing around. I got it going all the way around the lake now. I don't have night vision on anymore, so actually the lake looks a lot better when you have the different layers of darkness down there. It looks cool. And I built this too. I probably should have come back to record some of this, but I got in such a groove that I just kept going and going until I had this. And basically I have these crystals surrounding what is going to be where you spawn into the map, and it's going to be like a dimensional portal, and these crystals are keeping it open. And you got this big one in the center here, and this is white glowing blocks covered with orange glass, so that's that. And then I have some purple coming around, swirling around the individual crystals like that to give them some interest. And then I have this big cloud thing circling around here. It's a mix of white stained glass and the cloud block from Chisel, and I think it looks nice. It's like swirling up. There's some things that bother me about it, but some angles that bother me more than others. This angle is not so great, but if you come around like here, it's looking pretty cool. So that is, I'm not sure what else to add to this area. Probably going to be dependent on what I'm putting around it, I suppose. So I think I'm going to leave that for a little bit. I want to figure out something in this sea here, because I want to have some sort of focus. It's a very large area with nothing in it, so I'm thinking maybe if I and anything that messes with this ocean is gonna be super annoying to undo because of the way that poison does not go infinite source poison. And so and like a glowing, I'm thinking like a glowing mountain of that kind of fashion, like the same material. So you got the white here, and then over the top you got the glass. And I'm not sure whether that will look good or not. I guess until I have it in, I think it will look good in my head. Let's see if I can get all of this stuff down here. Man, this is going to be so annoying to remove if I don't want it. Ugh, what am I doing with my life? That's not bad. Definitely needs some work, I think. So I'm going to play with this idea. I know this doesn't look really like anything at all right now, but I'm going to play with it off camera. So, I got some stuff worked out. I have basically made a little bit of an island on the middle of the lake here. I got some crystals lining it up, and at night time they glow and stuff, and I got this concrete and sand up here, and I got the purple rocks going down to the bottom. I considered making these rocks sandstone to match the red sandstone that's down there, but I think I like it better this way. It's more defined. So right now what we need to do is put something on the island. So I think I'm gonna come up with probably just like a little shack. I'm kind of imagining there's a spot in Fallout 4 where you have this lake, radiated lake, and there's this hut in the middle of it. And it looks pretty cool, and you have to go through the radiation to get to the hut. And that's kind of the effect that I want here. And I think I'm maybe going to be starting to define a little bit of the style of this area as kind of like a radiated wasteland. Well, not really wasteland, because there's going to be like mutated plants and stuff. I think that's a good thing to go for. maybe on this thing, we just do like a shed. I have this hempcrete block. This is a gorgeous block. I don't want to get super fancy because I want it to be a little bit run down. Let's see. So I think the bark helps with that. Maybe if we come up here with some fence action. Let's see, what would be a good, because we kind of want to be in the grays, so what would be a good fence? Maybe we just go with thinking, do, Hellbark? Maybe? And then we kind of come across like this and add fence like this, primarily putting the heaviest spot on where it would be connecting with a roof, like that. And maybe we do something different on the other side. Let's see, let's get some other Hellbark blanks and wood and stuff. Let's see. So we come along here. I don't know. It's hard for me to do stuff that is not fancy because that's such what I'm used to doing. Maybe up like that or like that. No, that's not any good. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not a doctor of houses. That looks pretty garbage, to be honest. Maybe I have this coming up as like a partial wall, like that, and then it's kind of breaking off into fences where it's more like worn away. And maybe we can put a little bit of this stuff down here to have a similar effect, so it's like worn or burned away. That looks kind of cool. And maybe bring this up a couple blocks. These little poles here, and I don't like that that's not connected. There we go. There's connection. Making connections. And then perhaps we can come across like this, and that doesn't look good. Maybe we come out like this, and what? Actually, I think I want to go with regular acacia logs, because in this particular circumstance, the little orange bit at the end actually works with our color palette. So maybe we come out like this, and have a kind of pole-like thing, and maybe bring this across here. Pole, activating poles, here we go, putting poles on camera and having to speak while we're doing it, and putting out the stream of thought word consciousness. Yay! And then maybe we could come through like that. And that looks a little better. Maybe come across like this, and like that, and then once we're up here, let's get the other hempcrete blocks here and get some slabos, and maybe we come across like this, and more stream of thought consciousness as I place these blocks. Isn't it fun listening to me babble like an idiot? And maybe put some on the top here, and put some on the top right about there, and maybe this is crumbling away and we've got some bits hanging down like this with weathered time and all that. The ceiling starts to sink and all that crap, and maybe we have it kind of bulging up here where it would be, I don't know, it's doing the ceiling thing and making us detail for our Minecraft house. And we have this, and maybe something like that. This side is looking pretty flat, so maybe we come through here and have some stuff like that. And some detail, and bring this up here over there, and then like that. And that looks pretty kind of okay. Acceptable, maybe? Acceptable! Yay, we made it to acceptable. Aren't we happy? Always acceptable is the goal. We are not underachievers, we are not overachievers, we are just achievers. We are not overwhelmed, we are not underwhelmed, we are simply whelmed. And like that. And that looks garbage. And I think that might do it. And in fact, I think I might want to come up and do this wall over here the same way and have this just be like an entrance. Have this be, let's see, splinter off around here. And I mean, it's not the best thing I've ever built. And I'm not entirely sure about these orange caps also. Maybe if we come across like this and have more poles like that. That looks pretty weird. Maybe we come through here. I saw in the whatchamacallit that bark has walls. Yeah, here's some walls here. I wonder if this will look any good if we get rid of it's like that. So it's kind of like maybe that could work. Let's try putting it all the way around. It gives it some interest and detail. It looks a little strange. I'm not entirely sure what this... I mean, maybe it would be like... I don't know, they got an imperfect wall, whatever, board thing. Or there's been bits chipped away. Let's try adding a few like that. And then maybe a couple like that. Like they're thicker logs that have started to chip away. That's not great. Let's undo that. I think that might be okay. Let me play around a little bit more. So, this is the island pretty much complete, as we've run out of room to put anything else of substance. So I did a bunch of little details. I made this bridge here with this mixture of planks. It's all biomes aplenty except for the jungle. But they go really well together. They're very subtle, but you still see the details, and I love these eucalyptus wood blanks. They're the same, almost exactly the same shade as the hellbark wood slabs, with almost exactly the same color, but it's brighter, so it has a shining effect a little bit. I don't know what that would be in real life, but I don't know. It's there now, and it looks cool. I brought the gelled poison around in a bunch of places to decorate the bottom of the lake, and I brought these leaves up around here because I decided I'm going to have some trees with some yellow and orange leaves. And fiddled with this a little bit, made it look a little bit better, and added this bar and some stairs and stuff, and I put in this floor to make it look like an actual building and not, you know, totally unintegrated into the environment. I think that's it for today, though, because I am out of time for this video, and I think we did a lot today. We did this little island here, and actually this whole area. I forgot that we had nothing here at the beginning of this episode, so yeah, I think it's a lot of progress, and I hope you do too. So I am going to say thank you for watching, Internet. Have a good day.